We welcome you back to the Mercedes-Benz Sports Weekend. Now, coming off a 12-4 regular season, you kind of expected the preseason to be a little smoother for the Raiders, but not only did they go winless, they had some contract issues. Remember Donald Penn sitting out for like 28 days or so? They've had some injuries. So I'm going to tell you the truth. I was a little concerned when I had this one-on-one interview lined up with Jack Del Rio. I thought he might be in a little bit of a surly mood, but he could not have been more relaxed. He kind of seemed like that cat that had swallowed the canary as he talked about going into his third season now with very high expectations for the silver and black.
You know, year one, we learned how to compete. I mean, we had to learn how to just stay in the game and fight. We learned that. I thought last year we learned how to win, how to execute in some key situations, and we closed out a lot of close games. There's a need to develop, and we need to play better. And in all three phases. The challenge for us is to recognize, yeah, we won a bunch of games last year, but there's so much more out there for us as a team, and we've got to get ourselves ready, prepare hard, and go in and compete our butts off, and that's what we're going to do.
Every day when you read something about the Raiders, it's like a broken record for me on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
It's like we're concerned about the defense, the linebackers in particular. Is that your number one concern?
Yeah, it's fair. I think it's fair. You know, until we answer it, until we go out and play well, it's going to be a question. Hey, look, you can't have Pro Bowlers everywhere on your roster. We've got a good group. We've got a talented football team. You know, I talked about it early in the offseason. We just haven't quite fortified the linebacking core like I'd like to. I'd like a Pro Bowler in there, you know. The Niners have one that's pretty good. He can send them over to us.
So you bring in Coach Pagano and Ken Norton Jr. Some people put him as maybe being under fire, being scrutinized a little closer. How would you describe that situation right now with the Raiders?
Well, I think we added a really good coach to a good staff and to a good collection of men that are working hard. One thing John Pagano's done, he's done a tremendous job of the communication, the attention to detail, and the teaching that's going on the back end. And it's not all John, it's a staff, but John has been a great addition to the staff, and I feel like that is all taken a quantum leap. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's see them play first before we start judging them ahead of time.
They fake that, they screen, intercepted by Khalil Mack.
I mean, as good as he is, there are things he can do better, and he's working at it, and he wants to be better. He's a great person. He's a great worker. He's a great teammate. He's a tough guy. He's got tremendous skill, and he's worked at it.
I got your back. You get mine, all right? Let's go.
He's a tremendous young man. His parents did a great job raising him. He grew up around football, watched his brother before him, and so gives us a chance to give him the keys to the car.
and we know about car insurance on the offensive line.
That's right.
That's right.
That's a must. Yeah, we've got a big group. Mike Tice does a great job. And the most encouraging thing about Derek, not his arm, not how smart he is, all these things, he wanted to know protection. First order of business, learn protection. That's a wise young man. What impresses me the most about, you know, Derek, Khalil, Amari, some of these young, talented guys, is they're hungry for more. They're hungry to really return this franchise to the prominence, to the excellence that it was, you know, once known for.
Talk a little bit about Marshawn Lynch.
He's fun. It's never boring around Marshawn, you know.
Has it been a challenge for you to coach?
Yeah, there are challenges, but to me, when you have a guy that's passionate, loves football, he's physical, he's smart, yeah, I love it. I welcome it. I love characters.
Tweet today by the NFL says it all. A Raiders helmet sitting right in front of the famous "Welcome to Las Vegas" sign.
You're a guy who grew up here.
Yeah.
I believe your family were longtime, lifetime Raider fans,
Correct.
as were you. Strange feeling, and how do you think the fans in Oakland will react to you guys?
I love the Oakland Raiders. I love being the head coach here, and someday in the future, and I referred to it when I first came into camp, I said a season in the NFL is like dog years, okay? You got to count like dog years because it's like 7. All right, so one season in the NFL is like 7 years off your life. So don't worry about it. We're not going anywhere for another 20 years. I've got so much to do right now. I'm so much invested in the here and now and enjoying. I'm home. I love being home. I love these fans. I love these people. These are my people. And I just look forward to going out there and working our butts off and putting out a good product they can be proud of.
Be nice to see him succeed in a big way. I mean, Jack Del Rio is just a dude, you know, like he is a guy that none of his players are going to mess with him.
And you know what I thought